Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players. This is Andy Teshordo, and today I'm going to be talking about Wampa. I'm going to be talking how I mod Wampa and how I've had some good successes with Wampa on defense. Granted, this does not count towards if you actually are in the top divisions, the newest top divisions, where you're fighting like a bunch of GLs. However, when you're lower tier to mid tier, and you've just unlocked Wampa for your Jedi Knight Luke, and you have him relicked. Yes, this is the area I'm talking about. Excuse me. And how I mod Wampa is a faster version of how to mod Nest. A lot of times you want to mod Nest with, at least maybe around, at least I've always heard around 210, 220 speed, and maybe even less than that, so that she can just have high tenacity and counter like crazy, because she's also going to get her bonus protection. And if you actually, also side note with Nest, if you want to stop Imperial troopers from countering your Sith Eternal Emperor on, if you decide to put them on defense, that is a way to counter. You run like 4 Sith, 4 random Sith, Mauls, Sith Assassins, Sith Marauder, or something like that, and then Nest, and you're stopping them, because even if they kill everyone else but that, they have to 2-shot the team, and that could potentially give you the game win. But with Wampa, you want him to be faster. Granted, yes, I gotta get him faster. I'm not at 100% faster that I want. I don't want him I have him at 257 right now, and I can squeeze maybe 15 there, another 10 there, maybe another 5 there, another 5 there. I'd have to get a different mod, of course. And then another, 5 there. So it's 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 40. So about 290. If you can run, that's a really good speed. If you can put him up to 290, that's huge, because you want him to go fast, because one of the biggest things that makes Wampa really viable is having Icebreaker out. You want him to have the gain protection up 150%. One, it makes him more durable, because he's, you have to fight through so much more health and protection. 2, when he has protection up, he has 20% more counter chance, which I wish it was 30, but eh. And then he has 50% offense tenacity. I also wish he had 50% defense and potency while having this, and maybe 25% crit avoidance. But, what can you do? I feel like Wampa's you don't want to run into Wampa. I feel like in this game, you're like, it's Wampa, whatever. I feel like he does need a touch-up and a rework. Just a light touch-up here and there, just to improve some of the counter chances, like maybe take this up to 65%. Excuse me. And he has health, steal, and offense for each damage over time effect. And then he has stacking, offense, accuracy, crit chance, offense. I'd add health steal there too, but what can you do? But aside from that, though, yes, Wampa is very good on defense, and I'll show you some of the teams that I've used, some of the teams I wish to use, but right now, it depends on who I run against. And lately I've been running against a lot of Galactic Legends, because that's how matchmaking works. I was running into a lot of Galactic Legends in the last 4 months, and that's why I decided to go after my Sith Eternal Emperor. When I finally got him ultimate, I'm actually finally able, my highest rank that I've gotten was I got 3rd place, and 3rd place payout. That's the highest I've gotten in this game. So, yeah. Wampa, on the other hand, though, yes, having him be very good at a defensive team in the lower mid tiers is great. So, I'm going to walk you through the mods real quick, and then I'll walk you through the team. So, like I said, I have to work on his mods more, but other characters have been more important for me right now, so I haven't touched any more since. But I would like to get another 15 speed and so on. But I do a full tenacity set. I do health on here because his protection up and bonus protection, both those type base on, your max health. The more health you have, like he has 54% health. So, for example, I'm just doing this for example. I haven't done it yet. Oh, man. Let's go Jedi real quick. Sorry about this. And I gotta go get a Jedi. The one that I think that has the most valuable mods. Sorry. I know I'm doing this during the thing. Yeah. I need to work on hers too, but get some more health in those secondaries. There. Okay, we're done with you, Barris. We don't want you. No. I didn't want to get rid of Wampa. Excuse me. So yeah, for example, say if I assigned Barris's mods to her. She has like a high health. He's going to get up to 9%, which ain't bad. What that does, though, is you get 88,000 and then another 44,000 something per bonus protection. That's huge. You're getting, at least if I'm doing that math right, sounds like it's done right, you are getting, tons more, bulk that they have to fight through once you slam down. So that's why I feel like primaries, I feel like health is the biggest. Well, except tenacity here. Tenacity you want. This one is tenacity. Health here as a primary in the circle. The triangle, you can go offense, you could go health, and you can go... I feel like the two biggest ones is offense, health, or crit damage. Or the big three ones. Yes, you could do it for more damage, but he does have stacking offense, so right now this is what I have at the time being. I'm going to eventually, I do want to throw more health on him, just to give him some more bulk. The arrow, on the other hand, this one is tricky. You can go crit or speed, you can go health, you can go crit avoidance even. You can go one of those three. Yes, you can go offense as a fourth, but I feel like you want him durable so he can live long enough to build up his damage. Especially if you're like soloing various teams, you slam out there first and you just go to town. A good chunk of Ewok teams I like to solo. Since we have what's the team? The Jedi Master Luke. There's a lot of rebels in there. Between unlocking Jedi Knight Luke and Jedi Master Luke, Lando, Rolo, Captain Han Solo, stuff like that. Wampa is really good at soloing those types of teams because you get them to bulk up. You get them. They're always modded. They're always slapped on with either no mods or just weak, crappy extra mods that they have on there. So those rebels are like maybe 210, 220 speed. And so I always outrun them with my Wampa, slam down, and just go to town on them. Just go to town on them. And, after, 2 to 4 minutes, depending on how bulky the team is, they go down, especially since when he counters, his Wamp does 100% offense against rebel targets. I still wish it was against also the Imperial Troopers as well. Give some sort of hate towards Imperial Troopers. But aside from that, though, Wampa is really good at taking those random teams down. If you actually use them on offense, especially in 3v3. In 3v3, I always save Wampa for offense, because anytime I face against someone with a Jedi Knight Luke or a Jedi Master Luke, there's those rebel teams. There's those rebel random teams. Like Princess Leia is even required for Jedi Master Luke, so you got Princess Leia in there. There's like, a good chunk of rebel teams that are popping up on defense and Wampa, and even Nest, even Nest is used. Especially in 3v3, Wampa and Nest stay on defense. Where in 5v5, I tend to throw them kind of as offensive back wall teams, just to cover, just to cover, trip people up. That's what they do. And so, yeah, that's what you can do, especially early mid game. Once you have Wampa unlocked, he's going to be really good on either going offense or defense. And if you can use him as a solo, you're going to get so many banners, especially if you don't lose any of your bonus protection and you go first. You're not going to lose anything. You're just gonna, There's been a few times, the weaker Night Sister teams you can beat, a good chunk of the weaker Ewok teams you can beat. But aside from that, Wampa does really well with being hard to kill in a lot of teams. He's just, he was the first Nest, essentially. Nest is a little better in some ways. It makes me wonder if Wampa versus Nest, no mods, if Wampa can actually beat Nest, because Wampa grants healing immunity where Nest doesn't. But also, Wampa has a 2% higher base tenacity and potency over Nest. So that's why you can get his tenacity up higher and even higher than Nest, even in maybe a 1v1. Like, they both stack damage, but excuse me, which one would really hit home? We'd have to see that. But unfortunately, since they took a lot of, people's stuff away, it's hard to find out. But yeah, here are some teams that I used. Like, in the beginning, I threw Wampa with this Karth team. The Old Republic, it worked. For the most part, it worked. It even worked up until, like, 2 to 4 months after the Vader rework where he got Merciless Massacre. And I've had a few people where they go to use their Vaders on this Wampa team, or this team, even, other teams I've used, and they just, they're messaging me like, dude, I cannot land no debuffs on your Wampa, and your Wampa just destroys my Vader, and their Vader's like relic 4 to 7, but it's just, they don't have enough potency, and that's just one of the reasons why I do it. It's that tenacity, it's that, and especially since I get 50% more tenacity. I think I missed showing it. But this is, at one point in time, I was 42nd of the top high tenacity. But, people have gotten higher since, we've gotten these reworks of, all that. But I'm at 164% tenacity. And you get 50% of that added on. And if any leadership adds more, that's even better. So, Wampa has some potential. So yeah, Old Republic is definitely early game. Old Republic, he's phenomenal in. I prefer personally say if you did work on Juhani like I did, Juhani and Zalbar, you got 2 tanks to protect them. You got Mission that likes to go in stealth. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting team. But once other people get better teams, it starts to not hold as much. These next 2 teams I used recently. Well, except up until I got the Scoundrel team from Mandalorian, Bam, not L3, gosh. Well, L3's in the team too, but IG-11 and Queel, I pulled Nest out and I throw Maul in there. So you still got a daze effect. You got double daze. You got a tanky tank, an auto-taunting tank. He won't, taunt as much, but he still taunts. And then you got Xeris that keeps everyone healed up. That's huge, especially if there are debuffs that randomly do get landed on Wampa. Barris will help clean them off, as well as everyone else. Savage is in there because of what Savage does. Also his leadership grants, for Wampa at least, 30, I think it's like 32.5 or something like that. Percent defense, which is good for, Wampa survivability, and 15% tenacity. And that's before Wampa throws on his protection up, which gets even, more tenacity. So that is huge on those parts. One team I want to try is with Moff Gideon. Makes the whole team weaker to dealing, or, they do less damage to you, so you're sitting out just surviving even more. And that is a phenomenal opportunity. But I hate pulling away from Imperial Troopers, so it's one of those times I may, in this next 5v5, I will be, trying out here in July. July 2021, I will try out Moff Gideon, but I feel like it's very possible this is going to be a good team. Another team I am also curious about is a full dark side team under Moff Gideon, because if you read Moff Gideon's lead, and with the new rework, you actually see half of, whoops, man, I hate when I do that. There we go, dark side. Dark side allies get 30% max health and protection, so you're bulking the whole team up. You're running them with characters that work well with having more health or protection, especially Brood Alpha. You get an auto-taunting tank. Malik, you're getting, you have to cut out Darth, you have to cut him out of Darth Revan. You could probably slap, Sith Empire Trooper back in there, or maybe Shore Trooper. That wouldn't hurt. Excuse me. But Wampa, getting more health, so his protection up is bulkier. So And then, yeah, Finn is another good lead with Wampa. I've done this before. He's getting 30% offense, defense, and potency, which, you know, more potency for Wampa lands more dazes, lands more damage over time with his basics. So, yeah, his lead still works really well. I love his plug-and-play leadership viability. And then last, Sith Eternal Emperor wouldn't be too bad of a character to run, but I don't think he'd work well under. Who knows? He could trip some team up with... Yeah, who knows? But other than that, let me know what you guys think of what you've done with Wampa. I personally think Wampa with tenacity is the best thing you could do for Wampa. Fast, high-speed tenacity. You still want some offense in there, but you do want a lot of health bonuses so you can get more health or more protection up. Just so he can survive more, so that he can actually run through. Another thing I have thought of, which does mean I'd have to make sure I get a good chunk of higher tenacity secondaries, is running a defense set, which that gives an extra 25 defense, which could help, bulk him up a little bit more. Or full health, you could do that, but you do want, I feel like the best one is tenacity, because any other time anyone else, I hardly ever see anyone else run it, and anytime I face a Wampa, I go for them first, but I just destroy them because they're not fast enough, and they don't have the tenacity, so I'm just ability block. Okay, let's keep going. Daze him. Okay, Wampa screwed. Once he's dazed, stunned, or ability blocked, he really is slowed down, and his damage does not stack. So, but aside from that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree or disagree with how Wampa should be modded? If you have a better one, let me know. But me personally, Wampa is best as a faster version of Nest. High tenacity, a good amount of health, maybe some extra defense, but high tenacity and speed are the biggest two stats you want for Wampa. Granted, yes, I could eventually, up his, relic level, but right now I think he's good at relic 4. And yes, I have done the first time I battled, like some people had problems with it, but the first time I battled the Jedi Knight Luke event, I don't think I can battle it. Oh yeah, I can battle it. Yeah, where you use Wampa first time, didn't lose at all. So yeah, aside from that, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really appreciate all those that watch the videos I make, and you guys have a phenomenal day.